Hey everybody, how are you doing today? This is your girl Sasha. If you have already subscribed to me, thank you so much. This channel is growing every single day, and it's growing slowly, but slow growth is better than no growth. All growth is good growth, right? So thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed already, please hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I do a video, and share this video out if you feel like other people want to hear what I have to say. So the name of this video today is Pick a Side. I'm going to tell you something about an experience I had with the church that I go to, and something that just happened recently. And I'm going to get this off my chest, okay? So if I have not said it on this station, I live in the Louisville, Kentucky area. I moved here back in like 2016. And it was April 2016 when I moved here. Moved here because I wanted to move up in management with the store that I was at. It did not end up that way. But I'm glad I made the move because I've done a lot of things I probably wouldn't have done if I would have stayed where I was. I was too complacent. So all things work together. Okay, so moved here. Didn't know nobody, no family, no nothing. I told my mom that I was moving. She decided she wanted to come too because she wanted to be around her grandbabies, which is understandable. So I was just ambitious. I said, if I want to go up in management in this company, because I like the company, so I'm going to have to get somewhere where I got some room to do it, because right now all the management positions is locked up here. So I came here, didn't have a church home. Chose a church, Googled churches, decided to go with one that looked interesting, had some good reviews. The church that I went to, it was a younger church. It had a single pastor, which I had no idea that the pastor was single when I got there, because I wasn't there for anything but to hear the word and to be in a church. That was what was important to me. That's what led me there. And the first time I went there, the experience was amazing. The spirit was there. The pastor preached a good word. People were very friendly. It was a very welcoming atmosphere, especially for somebody who I don't know nobody. I didn't know nobody here. Luckily, there was a woman that was there that had moved from where she lived at her hometown to where I was from when she was like in her teen years. So that was good to have somebody else other than my family that knew something about where I was from. And she's the one that told me, you've been coming here for like 2 months. You should join. And so I did. And I spent 6 years at this church, and I went through a lot at this church. Like I said, single pastor. I had never been to a church that had a single pastor. My daddy was an apostolic preacher, and I went everywhere with my daddy preaching. My daddy even went to a Catholic church one time and preached. And I have never in my life seen a single pastor. They have always been married or engaged at the least, but most of the time married. So the pastor was single. That created a lot of riff. I had some things that were done to me, I think, specifically because he was a single pastor and I'm an attractive woman, even though I was not there on that. So one of the major things that happened, I'm a writer. I write plays. The first play I wrote was entitled Angels on Assignment. And I was motivated to write the play because the play was about a young lawyer that wound up taking a wrong path within her career. She wound up defending an old boyfriend, and he managed to get her off track. And there was this homeless woman that was always on the corner asking her for help. I was actually inspired to write this because on the strip that this church is on, there was always this homeless old lady that would always be laying on the bench when I'd be going to church, and I would see her and I'd be like, where does she go somewhere and sleep at night? Why does she always choose this specific spot? Like, I was really motivated by this lady. She had no idea. So the homeless lady wound up being the main character's angel in disguise. So it was a really good play. It really came from my heart. I prayed about it and it went off good. Standing ovation. Free show. I didn't care. I just wanted to be a part of the ministry and do the play. I done that play. Then I wrote another play because I'm big on in churches. I'm big on how people treat people in church. People come to church. They call church a hospital. People come to church and they're hurt and they're looking for love. So I'm big on doing plays and messages that speak directly to the church about how they treat people that are coming in. So the next play I wrote was called Look Down Your Row. And it was a lot of, it was like 3 characters in it. One character was a minister. He had a wife that still wanted him to do street stuff. so they could live this lavish lifestyle that they had before he went to prison. One character was a retired stripper. Another character was very snooty up in the church, very judgmental. And that's all stuff that we deal with. When I tell y'all that they gave me such a problem about that play, such a problem, probably because a lot of the storyline applied to them. So they gave me such a problem. There was a name change. There was a name of a character in the play. Oh, one of the characters was in an abusive relationship and she was addicted to Percocets. Okay. They made a big deal. This girl, this woman, call her a girl because she act like a girl, but she's a woman, according to the law, but she act like a little girl. She took my play and had it read by different ministries in the church that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. She made a big deal. Oh, if you leave this name in here, there's a member that goes here that has that same name and she's going to be offended. And I didn't even know this lady from a can of paint. Like I said, when I joined the church, I'm not even from this city. I don't know nobody. And they hadn't been the friend, like outside of them first 2 or 3 services I went to, they weren't very friendly to me. But I knew what I was there for. So I finally just said, forget it. Just don't worry about it. Because we're supposed to be a ministry. We're supposed to be a team. We're supposed to be doing this together. Y'all leave me as the only one writing. And then y'all want to keep making me go in and do rewrites. Where's my check at? That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm coming from a good place and y'all making drama. Okay, where's my money at? Pay me. So, and they wasn't going to do that. I didn't bring it up. That's what I'm thinking. They didn't do it. So we just said, boom, I'm not going to do it. So I look up after all of this drama and the female that made the most problems, all of a sudden, every time they pop off a play, she's on top of it. There she is, her big Chinese face. Every time they do a play. And I'm like, well, you made all them problems for me just because you wanted to take it over? Why couldn't, it wasn't no closed door policy. You could have just been a part of it. But why'd you have to make problems for me? That was upsetting to me. That is one of the things I went through. So, as you know, COVID-19 hit. People couldn't go to church. And I kind of just felt different. A lot of people felt different and left church and still ain't been back. My relationship with God, I'm going to be in somebody's church. I'm going to be in somebody's church. I'm not going to not go. So the time came where I was like, I'm not going to be able to go here anymore. So I left in September. And the pastor couldn't care less. Now, I didn't have to tell this man I was leaving, but he couldn't care less. Drove my point. Exactly. That's why I left. So the other day, I get an invite to a play written specifically by the young woman who made all these problems for me. Now, she is the face of this church. Every time something goes on, there she is. She's over all of it. Just can't sit still. Gotta be noticed. I get it. But I have never been invited exclusively to any events at this church, even though I'm a member. Now, all of a sudden, I haven't been at this church for 6 months. And all of a sudden, I'm getting an exclusive invite from somebody I don't like. Somebody who has made problems for me. Somebody who has been the cause behind a lot of tears that I've cried. You want to send me an invite. And it wasn't because she wants to be my friend. And she had somebody else do it. One of her close friends who also, he keeps a lot of stuff going along with her. So I simply sent a message because this woman is supposed to be a minister. Ministers don't act like that. So I sent her a nice voicemail. I let her know on Facebook, I let her know that I know you're trying to be petty. You made problems before. You never apologized for it. Every time we had a meeting about the drama that you were causing, you were not there. You used other people to drive your point forward, which is very weak. It's very insecure. That you would stomp on somebody to do something you want to do. You could have wrote a play. We could have wrote a play together, but you just had to be, the star of the show. I told her it's insecure, you're dirty, and I don't like you. Now, the reason why I responded that way was because she was not acting like a church member. So the name of this video is Pick a Side. People in church, if you're going to be shady and mean and hateful to people, listen, you need to pick a side. Either you're going to be Christian or you're going to be like the world and be shady and mean and evil, because I've seen this so much as a person that grew up in church. People do little things like that, and when you respond to them, you're the one who's not saved. You're the one that's wrong. You're the one that could have done something different. It's like that all the time. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You need to stop sitting around being mean, shady, and hateful to people and doing it in church, because I feel like this. I guarantee you wouldn't go to your job and act like that because somebody would bust your head. But you can go in church and do it, and when somebody says something back to you, they're wrong. And when I done the voicemail, I told her, I said, you can play it for the pastor, whoever you want to play it for. And I guess probably it was played for the pastor because the sermon that week was about a lot of what happened. Oh, well. Because really, me, that was mild. Yes, I'm Christian, but I'm still human. And you only can take so much of somebody sitting around picking with you and harassing you before you're just going to come off of some pure emotion. And I think I was very mild with her. Very mild. I could have said so much more. I could have been so more nasty with it. My mouth is motor oil slick. I don't do nice nasty. If I don't like you, you'll know it. If I like you, you'll know it. So this message today is for the hypocrites in church. You want to be nasty and evil and hateful. The church, the same way you treat people in the church, keep that same energy on your job and see how it comes out. You need to pick a side. You want to say that you love Jesus, you need to start acting like him. Because passive aggressiveness, that is not a fruit of the spirit. But anyway, that's my experience, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all watched the whole video. But until next time, I will see y'all later. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will see y'all later.